Oh, man. What's happening, everybody? I can't stop laughing. I cannot stop laughing at some of you, Steeler Nation. Some of you guys that are in here today, some of you that were on Twitter at halftime, man. This is the funniest fan. I love being a part of Steeler Nation, and I'm going to say this again because I want to say it when more people are in here. But I love being a Steeler Nation member because you guys are the most entertaining fan base of all time. It is hilarious. But what's happening, everybody? Welcome to the latest episode, week 4 of the knee-jerk reaction post-game show. Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Indianapolis Colts on the road in Indianapolis. As you guys would know by now, they didn't get it done. Almost, but miscues, man. Miscues is really what hurt the Pittsburgh Steelers in this game. Whether we talking about that last miscue or we talk about the miscue earlier in the game where there was a fumble that was called a fumble. I'm not sure if that was a fumble. The George Pickens fumble. A lot of miscues. But the team fought their way back. But I have a lot to talk about today. I have office visits. I have 4 to be exact. It includes coaches. But I also are not so down on the team as many of you are. Let me start off this show as well by saying this is my opinion and my opinion only. You're welcome to yours. Mine doesn't make it right. Yours doesn't make it right. We all have our opinion, but I'm assuming that you guys tune into my show to hear what I have to say, as well as discuss among those in the chat. So let's get to it. Where should we begin, man? Here's an interesting one I want to talk about. I see Steel74 said this, and somebody else said this on Tuesday. Can I ask you guys, why did some of you feel like this was a trap game? What is trap? Shout outs to Pop, Leonard Langley. Leonard texted me during the game as well, and Leonard said that we took this team lightly. I'm trying to understand what are these, where do you guys get those type of confirmations from? Round of applause, AKA Steeler baby Steeler, excuse me. Hello, Angie, how you doing today? Round of applause, thank you for the donation. Make sure you guys say hello to our lovely ladies of Steeler Nation, man. Please lay out the red carpet. She says, hi, Sim and Steeler family. Hello, Miss Angie. I never understand the trap game, or I never understand when a fan base expectation is cool, but when you almost think that it's impossible to lose. I didn't understand that. I told you guys, I think Tuesday, maybe also in my before play video, I said, listen, the Colts are a type of team that could match up well against us. Looking at, the type of players they have, run game, they got that going early. They was feeding Michael Pittman, as I kept saying, please don't let him get going. Richardson was able to run the ball on us as well. Luckily, and hopefully that brother is okay, but, he goes out early. But it's any given Sunday, man. It's the NFL is any given Sunday. Anybody can lose at any given moment. They are all professionals. Round of applause to Last King of Scotland for the donation. Interesting comment that he has here. Round of applause to Isaiah Threets. Thank you both. Thank you both for the donations. He says, and Last King of Scotland is going to stick with this, and that's fine. He says, I told you Cordero Patterson should start over 22. Okay. And funny thing is, I'm going to give my credit to Cordero Patterson later in this show, but I will still explain why I still don't think you just start him, because guess what? This offense is going to have rotating people. Cordarrelle Patterson is not an every down back. It's just that simple. However, I do agree that his style of play versus Najee, I'm going to say some things about Najee Harris that maybe some people don't want to admit. I'll get to it. Isaiah Threet says, miscues seem to be a trend with this team. It happens. It happens, especially the center to quarterback exchange. I'll talk about that. Round of applause to my good brother CT Pittman, man. Appreciate the donation. Oh, there we go. CT Pittman says, how can people say we have no offense when we were gashing them before Cordarrelle Patterson got hurt? He said, make it make sense. We'll talk about that too. I have a theory as to why, and I do have a complaint about the offense, but I'll get to it. Man, Malvo, thank you guys, man. Y'all coming through with the donations early. That Wonder Bread, appreciate it. He says, you know, I love my squad. I spoke my piece. I hope you read it and hope it didn't cause a rift. You said, here speaking as I did last season. Blessings, Sim. Yeah, I didn't see the full conversation that some of y'all are having. As y'all know, obviously I'm looking at the camera, so I'm not going to see all of the chat. And let me just say this before I dive deep into the game. We all over the place. I want to get back to the structure a little bit. Again, I hope and I wish for everyone to have their opinion. And whatever you feel strong on, speak on that. Just keep it respectful. Don't disrespect nobody else. Don't disrespect me, obviously. And just have your opinion. There's none of us can definitively say what's right and what's wrong. I think some things you can overwhelmingly see that most people should agree with, just like there's some things overwhelmingly most people would disagree with. So that's it. You know, it's not about a riff. It's not about everybody is free to have their disagreements, agreements, and this, that, and the third. But all right, guys, I got so much to get into. Let's get into the early parts of the game. I always like to talk about the first drive offensively, first defensive series, and how horrible that one was. Pittsburgh Steelers kicked the ball off. They give up back-to-back explosive plays. They hit downfield right to Pittman right on the first play, in which Joey Porter Jr. was almost there, but I think Richardson got enough lift or strength on the ball to get it past him, and they complete downfield to Pittman. And I want to make a notation of that. This is what I talk about, guys, when I say Arthur Smith needs to, not stick to the script as much. We probably expected them to come out to run, and they hit us with a pass early. That's how you keep us off balance. Now, sometimes to Arthur Smith's credit, early in this season, we have gone play action or we have passed on first down, but we need to continue to live with that type of mindset. Don't do what is, quote unquote, more expected, and mix it up a little bit to get the defense on their heels. That's what we need to do. So, next, Jonathan Taylor rips off a 14-yard run off the left side. Richardson then converts a 3rd and 6 on a design run. Colts go right down the field and score. And I wrote here, the run game looked pretty strong on that drive behind their rookie center. Rookie center was looking good out there because, Kelly didn't play. Forget the guy, Bertoloni, I think his name was. He comes in, looked like they didn't miss a beat. Goes right down the field. And applause to that young brother. I saw him so excited. He runs down the sideline. It's got to feel good for him, man. He getting in there, getting a chance to play, and he contributed to that first. They took it to us. Plain and simple. And I'm like, uh-oh. Looks a little too easy, right? Hold on, guys. Somebody's at my doorbell. See who this is. So, yeah. Hold on, guys. One second. Somebody's at my doorbell that I have to let in. Hold on. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Hold on, guys. Hold on. My bad. All right, here we go. Hold on. All right, so here we are. We're back, guys. Got people coming by my house to pick up something. It's my brother-in-law, but obviously we doing this. My bad. So, Jonathan Taylor rips off the run. Richardson converts for 3rd and 6. And then the Colts go right down the field. And like I said, man, rookie center doing his thing. All right, so what happens after that? Pittsburgh Steelers. They give the ball to the Pittsburgh Steelers. First drive. Fields gets his foot stepped on. Almost lost the ball in that scenario. Handing the ball off to Najee Harris, and we already behind the chains. Fields then scrambles on 2nd down and picks up a few. But then on 3rd and 9, Fields gets sacked. And, it was a bad roughing. I will say that. I don't like that roughing the passer call when they saying you laying your body on him. I mean, what else are you supposed to do? What else are you supposed to do? And even though that helped the Steelers, well, sort of helped because nothing became of it, right? I just don't like that call. So I wrote that. Bad roughing call, but it helped us move the ball. But I wrote it really was a 3 and out. Right after that, Fields misses Najee on a quick, flare out. And then Najee gets lit up on the very next play. I mean, he had a head of steam, and the head of steam met him, gets lit up, forced another 3rd and 9, and then Fields finds Austin for the first. Lucky, all right? Because we continue to move the ball. But like I said, it should have been a 3 and out earlier. So then Daniels goes down. McCormick moves over to right guard. Next, Cordero Patterson runs, gets buried alive pretty much, forces a 2nd and 13. The next play, it's a dump down to Cordero Patterson, picks up only 5, but there was a late hit. Personal foul by Spencer Anderson. Made it a 3rd and 23, and essentially the drive is over. Drive is over, but at that point, I did write, good point. Good punt by Corliss Waitman. And let me say this before I forget, Waitman punted pretty well in this game. It's unfortunate that we saw so many punts to where I could even make that determination. All right, let's continue. I don't even know where to start, man. There's so many key moments in this game, man, and then I'm just going to give you my recap as far. Well, let me do the recap first. We'll do the recap. We'll do office visits. Then we'll get to the key moments. My recap offensively is very simple. The offensive line didn't play well early in the game. Didn't play well largely in the game. Even as we got it going in the second half, it still was more of Justin Fields making things happen, right? But they just didn't play well early on. And I don't know, is it because, McCormick is new, trying to get his bearings together. Spencer has to come in. He's still relatively new, even though he's played. And it just didn't feel cohesive. It didn't feel like they were giving Fields a lot of time early in the game. Once again, the Steelers' offense just feels too predictable in the sense of we know what your plan is. And what have I been saying? You guys have heard me say this now for 2 straight weeks. I feel like we need to have a plan that includes more 11 personnel. If you pay attention to this game, and I know when I rewatch it, and especially when I watch the All-22, I'm really going to be able to see the personnel. There wasn't many times where there was 11 personnel out there. Not many. And I know some people are going to say, oh, we need a number 2 receiver. I get all of that. But the mere fact that we just didn't run out of that personnel is problematic. We run a lot of 12. We run a lot of 13. It makes it very easy to kind of game plan around because if they pull on a play action, it ain't going to be with so many routes. Or even if we spread them out and say we got 2 tight ends spread out instead of 3 receivers, it's easier and sort of, quote unquote, easier to guard those guys because they're not going to be as speedy, as shifty in the route running. I just feel like, man, if we're not having success out of those bigger packages, we dead in the water. We're dead. And that is a shame. That's a real shame, man. My other offensive recap, man, we got it going later in the game. Justin Fields kind of put the team on his back. George Pickens, man, making some plays. I mean, this guy GP is always going to make some plays. Had some mistakes as well with the fumble, but it was good to see the offense get there. But I'll get to that a little bit later. Let's talk about the defensive recap really quick. Defense played horribly in the first quarter, man. Plain and simple. They couldn't stop the run. They couldn't stop the pass. Very quiet day for the edge rushers overall. Very quiet. Even though guys like Herbig, was getting a little pressure in the second half, was a part of the sack late there in the game, but largely edge rushers were not that effective. Again, upon review, I have to watch the game again. I have to watch the film. I'll see what were they doing with TJ. I'm sure they were doing some type of chipping and double team. They were doing some holding. Absolutely was holding TJ. But again, it happens in every game. So I would still say TJ Watt wasn't as effective today, except sometimes against the run. He's coming backside. Defense gave up a bunch of third and medium and third and longs. Could not get off the field on third down, man. I don't know how many third and longs or third and 8, 9, 10, 11 that Joe Flacco converted. And like I said, we just were not getting to him. Again, pressure picked up a little bit in the fourth quarter, I would say, later in the game, but we weren't getting enough pressure. And I will say this too. I'm a little concerned, man, about the defense. The run game. I'm a little concerned after this week. I know it's one game. We've been playing great. I will say that. We've been playing great, but I am a little bit concerned at the fact that, one of the first teams, and, I know the Chargers was good too, but in a team like the Colts where we know they have a good offensive line and a good running back, we were leaking. We were leaking some. So it's an early concern. Like I said, I'm not going to take this one game and throw everything down the drain. It's just, it is an early concern. And hold on, guys. Let me look at something real quick. Again, guys, apologize for the disruptions, man. But I got, like I said, people coming by and such. Let me make sure. Hold on. Okay, I think they already left. So, all right. Yeah, it's just the defense. I'm not overly concerned, but it's one of them. Keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on it. And everybody was so high on the defense. See what I'm saying? Y'all was so, they're the greatest defense. Slow down. What did I say? And I hate to always talk like, what did I say? But a lot of times I say some of these things and they come into fruition. I'm always more grounded than most. Even when we do great, I stay cool. Even when we start losing, I stay cool. Because, I saw y'all. I saw so many of y'all at halftime. Oh, my God. Ooh. Oh, we're going to talk about it. Those are basically my little recaps. Let's get into the real nitty gritty. Before we do that, we got some office visits. We got some office visits. Let me pull up my notations, man. We got some office visits. Absolutely. Oh, we got some office visits. Hold on now. Give me a second. Let me get my notes. Boy, do we have some, they're not terrible, but I think we're going to have fun with this one. First up, Patrick Queen. Come on in here. Come on in here, buddy. Let's talk. Look here, Mr. Queen. It's not so much that you had a bad game. It's the collective after watching you for 4 games. I kind of was on your case first couple weeks. I was like, hey, man, I'm not really seeing his name perk up. Played a little better last week. Played a little better. Maybe you were juiced up because you were going against your former teammates. Dobbins and Edwards. Maybe you're a little juiced up. I seen you. But you still kind of faded to the back as the game went on. And in today's game, like I said, it's not that you were horrible, but bruh. Can I ask you a question, Patrick Queen? Did the Pittsburgh Steelers not bring you here to be the guy, the lead inside linebacker? You're not really looking like that. We're not really seeing you and hearing your name often and seeing you around the ball. A lot of times when I'm seeing you, you're kind of getting pushed away or you're getting swallowed up in the trash. But here's my real question for you, Patrick Queen. I want to know, are you Patrick Queen or Patrick Princess? Because you playing kind of soft, brother. Yeah, I know what you could say. Oh, it's easy for you to say sitting on the couch. Okay, well, yeah, maybe. But you're looking like Patrick Princess. The little one. not the queen that we not that we bow down to. You're not looking like the one that we would bend the knee for. You're looking like the princess. I'm just saying, bro. That's how you're looking. You're not physical out there, dog. You're not physical, brother. We brought you in here to be him. And right now, you just, the guy. You ain't him. All right, bro. That's all I got for you. On your way out, send your buddy Broderick Jones in here. Broderick Jones. Hey, man. Great bounce back last week. Played good. And I have to review the tape further to see how good or how bad you played this week. But the reason why I'm calling you in the office today, because the guy that you block got 2 sacks. 2 of those. Two. On you. I'm just saying. 2 sacks on you. That's not good. That's all I'm going to say. You rebounded last week, but we're going to need you to play better than that, man. And no disrespect to homie who made the sacks. I ain't even know him. So essentially, you gave up 2 sacks to a guy who's not known. Broderick Jones, we can't have this up and down with you, bro. We just can't. Bye-bye. Can you please send in your offensive coordinator, Arthur Smith? Come on in here. Let's talk. Mr. Smith. Mr. Anderson. I feel like I'm calling you Mr. Smith like that. This has been an interesting ride, ain't it, brother? In these first 4 weeks, I've defended you a little bit. I've questioned you a little. But the question is still looming large. I'm trying to understand why you only have a few tools in your toolbox. There's one important tool that you're missing. I mean, I will say this. Let me rephrase that. You got some tools in there. I see you mixing up formations, mixing up person. I see your tools. However, there's a major tool that you're missing out of your toolbox, which is the 11 personnel tool. It seems like when you have to get in a situation where it's 3 receivers on the field, it's panic time. I don't see any play that seems comfortable. It seems on edge. It seems as if, we're in trouble. That's what we all say when we're 3rd and medium or 3rd and long. It shouldn't be like that. Because I will give you credit in this. The scheme that you brought, you utilize formation, personnel, make some of the plays look the same, etc. But this is where I have to also disagree with your approach. Dog, everybody in America know when you're running. Everybody knows it's play action or run in a lot of these formations. And here's a kicker. Late in the game when we down, there were situations that you were running play action on 2nd and 10. When we down to 2 scores. And I get it, sometimes it works, but bruh, it's the same repetitive play action with the same routes, right? And it's like, now granted, you got it going in the second half. I gotta tip my hat to that. I'm just saying the Steelers are not going to be able to win many ball games where they're trying to fight from behind, because we don't do enough early in the game to make defensive coordinators and defensive players respect everything. We almost hand it to them on a silver platter, like, look, this is what we're going to do in the first half. You either stop it or not. No. We got to start mixing that thing up, man, early so we can get a lead. I mean, we proved the day that we could score some points when we have to, but it was too late. I don't know what else to say. I will say this. I'm not going to go as far as what some people are saying. Oh, it's the same as last year. No, it's not. I see where this scheme could produce better results. But what is the same so far as last year is we gotta start faster. We have to start faster. That's all I'm saying. Have your plan, Mr. Smith. Have your scheme, but start faster and add more 11 personnel into your game plan. We can't just keep coming into every stadium. Oh, we just gonna run it. Run, play action, run, play action. No. Oh, and by the way, but before you send in Coach T, because he made the decision, but you made the play call. 4th and inches, and we lining up Justin Fields in the shotgun. With dual, I think if I remember correctly, it was a dual backs behind him, or was it a receiver in the back? I know there was at least Najee standing beside him. If you're gonna go with the quarterback option, right, the run, go empty, spread out the box, and then do it. But I am never a fan, and this is not results bias, because had we converted there, I still would have said this. I am never a fan of when it's 4th and 1 or inches to go and teams run out a shotgun. You're getting further away from the line of scrimmage. If you're going to do that with a Justin Fields like player or like a Lamar Jackson type, spread it out. Or go zone read. But a quarterback draw from... Did not like that, man. Bro, get it together. I don't want to have this conversation no more. Coach Tomlin, come on in here. And bear with me, audience. I hope I'm not taking too much of your time. But Coach T, let me go on record and say this, because I don't care about sharing my feelings and my opinion with the general public. I stand on mine, 10 toes down. Coach T, I definitely like you as a coach. Hey, sometimes I love you as a coach. I think you've been an excellent coach in your NFL tenure, especially with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yes, I said that. But you have faults. And one of your faults showed up in this game today. The biggest thing that I always say about you, sir, time management and challenges and how you manage the challenges. And yet again today, you challenged the completed pass in the second quarter. Where did it show that was not going to be a catch? But you didn't challenge the Najee Harris third down. And I know spots are hard to come by overturning, but bruh, I don't get it. And listen, I got to put it on you because you're the head man. But I'm also going to put it on whoever else is buzzing down. It's got to be somebody else that's letting you know, hey, challenge. So for you and all of your accomplices, whoever is accompanying you with that, y'all take a major L in that department and have been in your tenure. And listen, every coach has their warts. That is definitely yours. I just don't understand it. I mean, I'm sure everybody watching the TV was like, we're challenging the catch? For what? Ball didn't hit the ground. We can see that even with the ball not even being shown to us. We knew the ball didn't hit the ground. But Coach T, listen, the guys fought back. Good job keeping them engaged. We didn't pull it out. But, bruh, this is what is this, 17? I can't do it again. I cannot continue to watch this clock management and challenging. And I don't know if there was necessarily a clock management thing today, but the challenging. Now, Coach, I will say this. I'm not mad at you going for it on 4th down at that moment because we were about to get buried. I'm not mad at that. It's just the execution of that play, bad play call, in my opinion. If you're going to run with Justin Fields, spread it out. Give him more room to work with. And those are my office visits, guys, for the day. It may be more. Let me get here to some of these key moments, man. Richardson goes down in the first quarter after the hit by Minka. That was big because I don't know where this game would have been had Richardson stayed in. Steelers go for it on 4th and short and end up at the end of the first quarter, unable to get it. And I said, I'm not sure I like the play call. Not mad at the decision at that moment because of, the game was about to get away from us. Just did not necessarily like that play call. And listen, I'm not one of those people that if the play works, I like it. No, I didn't like that call in that situation because of alignment. I say line up, quarterback sneak it. Line up, hand it off to the back, or spread them out wide, empty set, and let the quarterback decide where to go from there. That's what you do. Patterson offers a nice change of pace. He helped the Steelers get their first sustained drive. Pickens ends the drive by fumbling while in the Colts red zone, and then the drive started on the Pittsburgh Steelers 4. That was a significant part of the game, man, especially when you look at what happened there, right? You look at the fact that we lost the game by 3. At that point where we were, we probably walk away with 3, might get a touchdown. That could have changed the game, dramatically. If you just look at the points, and I don't like to play the what if games, but that was a key moment. First sustainable drive, and then we fumble the ball away. And I thought that was going to kill the whole steam and momentum of the team, but they continued to fight back. Steelers unable to get any points to start the second half. Listen to this whole scenario. Defense forced the 3 and out. Calvin Austin has a big return. Drive starts at the 33 of the Colts. Steelers offense turns the ball over on a fumble by Fields, which I don't know. I think the ball did start to come out, but he had possession, I thought, with his arm down, the right arm, and then got hit. I don't think that was a fumble. Y'all can let me know what y'all thought. I'll maybe ask that again when I'm looking at the chat. But I thought that one was questionable. And actually, hold on, guys. I missed the donation. I don't want to miss that. I recall it now. I just want to make sure. Who's this? Head. I'm not going to read the name, man. I'm not going to read the name because I try to keep it clean here. But head a-hole. Round of applause. Okay. He says, my critique on Thor Watt. He says he lost some power today. Even Debo would make at least one big play. Bad day. Yeah, TJ didn't have the most impactful game today. You're absolutely correct. Absolutely correct there. So, all right, let's get back to where we were. Like I said, I think Fields was down, but whatever. The refs was blowing some calls like crazy today. Colts get the ball at midfield, And I wrote here, not sure that was a fumble. Then the Steelers force a field goal try. It was a miss. And then Fields ends up taking the team down the field, and he scrambles for a touchdown. So that was huge. A huge sequence of events. I mean, that was crazy. They come out, they can't get no points. They punt it away. 3 and out. Austin gets the big return. Then they say we fumbled the ball. They then surrender a field goal try. They miss. Then we go down and score. That was a ridiculous sequence of events. Here's another key moment. Big screen to Najee Harris. Najee running hard and personal foul against Fields. You know, personal foul. Fields was hit. They called that. Gets the Steelers to the 13-yard line. Fields able to finish with another rushing touchdown. But I also wrote here, George Pickens did drop that ball in the end zone. Even though dude kind of hit him in the head after the fact, ball hit him in the hands and he dropped that one. So I got to put a drop on George right there, even though George still had a good game today. But, you know, that could have been a touchdown throw. Instead, Fields does it himself on the ground. Fields puts together another special drive late in the fourth and ends the drive with a touchdown pass to Freiermuth at that point, making it a 27-24 game. The Colts still leading at that point. It was 3 minutes and 40 seconds left in the game. Next key moment, Cam Hayward, Larry Ogunjobi, and Herbig get a sack. They force a third and 16, and the Steelers able to get off the field with 2 minutes and 46 seconds left. Silly play call by the Colts. Why would you throw the ball there? Threw it out of bounds, and they stopped the clock. So I thought that was a huge swing, and I'm thinking, dog, we in here. We pick up a first down or so with Fields' legs. I'm like, yo, we okay. We might get in field goal range. Oh, hey, what if this is the game-winning drive? Feeling decent about how the offense was playing at that point. But then there's the fumbled snap. It kills the Steelers' chances of doing anything. Game over. Now, what I really want to talk about, man, is what's going on with the communication there. Because, see, a lot of people are trying to put that on Justin Fields. But if y'all notice the times that this has happened in the season, Fields is not looking at the ball. So I know most people watching are going to say, oh, Fields fumbling the ball away. No. Think about all of the missed snaps that we've seen. It's been quite a few. It's been about 3 or 4 of them. This season, even in preseason, it was when Fields was not looking or not ready for the ball. So I want to understand what's the dynamic there between Frazier and Fields in terms of when he's expecting the ball to come to him. Because that's what happened there. That wasn't a fumble by Fields, in my opinion. He never saw the ball coming, so it's just unfortunate, man. Key couple takeaways I have for this game, man. The offense will need to make some adjustments, man, in terms of additional approach. I've already talked about that ad nauseum, man. 11 personnel has to be more incorporated and used more early and often, and go back, mix it up, because I think the plan is just, I think we sit in that plan too long. And some are going to say, well, yeah, we did start to get it going in the second half. Yeah, but I don't like that, man. I don't like us always having to be a start later type of team. You know, I think the Steelers definitely need to be a team that, you know, plays from ahead and in some cases can possibly come back. But that was a deep hole that they dug. And it showed today. Steelers secondary, I still feel like we give up too much cushion, man. Y'all know I've been saying that for years. I just don't understand the way we're playing these trail techniques. And we give teams the inside. It's like we are completely afraid that the ball is going to go on the outside or an out route. If you're going to do that, at least condense, where you're lining up. We give up too much. Few times a day, man, they just throw quick slants or skinny posts, and we just give it to them. I don't like it. Steelers defense was terrible on third down today. They just were. Largely, they were terrible on third down. They didn't come up with the stop when they needed to enough times. Deshaun Elliott's still playing well, man. I still think that was a great signing. Excuse me. He's doing some of those things that some of y'all might not give him credit for. I think he had 11 tackles today. Deshaun Elliott is playing well alongside Minka. Joy Porter. You know, this was another, I put this in the wrong place, but this was another key moment. Joey Porter dropped that interception in the end zone. And Steelers forced the field goal there. But we could have taken the points away. Again, we lost by 3. It was quite a few miscues in this game, man. But if he picks that off, who knows how this game ends up. One other thing I want to say really quick before I start talking about Fields, and I'm definitely going to dive in on that, and I'm going to come at some of you guys in Steeler Nation. I hate to say it, guys, and I think some of y'all know this already. Najee Harris is very one-dimensional. What I mean by that is he is what he is. He's a power runner. He's not going to make many people miss. He's not going to be great in open field. Najee is a get-going type of guy. He's not a hit-the-hole-fast type of guy. I think we have proof of that not only with Jaylen Warren, because we were saying that when it was him and Warren, but you saw it again today with Cordero Patterson. Yet, I still say the way the Steelers want to run the football, the way the Steelers are currently constructed, I do not see a Cordero Patterson as being the down-to-down back. See, some of you guys are saying that based off of just the result. Yes, you bring him in for a reason. That's why he's a change of pace guy. But if Cordero Patterson is getting the ball 20 plus times a game, it's going to be the same thing. He's a change of pace guy. He's not a down to down, pound for pound, every down runner. That's just my opinion. Now, if some of y'all disagree with that, fine. But a lot of you guys in Steeler Nation, man, y'all are so, everything is off of results. And I'm sure all of us want to see great results, but everything is so, he needs to be the number 1 receiver. Oh, that's the number 1 corner. Oh, he needs to be the quarterback. Like, y'all don't look at the totality. Because y'all did that with Justin Fields today. I'm about to come there. I'm going to get y'all. But Najee is very one-dimensional, man. He just is, you know, but he fits the mold of grind it out. Remember, that is the plan. The Steelers want to play bully ball. They want to run. You need a big bruising back to do that. Najee fits that mold. But it's clear that you can see the differences between him and a Warren and a Patterson. He doesn't hit the hole like that. He's a get-going type of guy. If you get a head of steam going, he's something to deal with. But that just is what it is. He doesn't hit the hole quickly. And I've seen, even watching the All-22, there's sometimes he might pick the wrong hole at times, and he doesn't just hit it. And, you know, Warren and Cordero is a one cut type of guy, and they out. You know, and that's just what it is. You know, so I'm just saying that for you guys who are big fans of Najee Harris, and even though the guys who criticize him, that's just what it is. Now, let me get to y'all fans real quick. Boy, y'all something else, man. Y'all are something else. Ooh, I should have took a screenshot. Some of y'all right here in this chat. And let me qualify it by saying this. If you really feel this way, regardless of the outcome, tip my hat to you, respect. But I'm here to tell you, so many of y'all flip-flop so bad. I mean, I swear, y'all like a pair of Nike slides, man. Click, clack, click, clack, just flip-flopping. Oh my God, you should have seen y'all. Ooh, at halftime. Man, Justin Fields, man, so much for the experiment. He needs to be benched. Man, they need to put Russell in there. Let me ask y'all, number one. What was Russell Wilson going to do differently in the first half? And this is coming from a Russell Wilson lover. Love Russell Wilson. What was he going to do differently in the first half? Now, I do think there's sometimes that Justin Fields hesitates a bit. Sure. But I think that will come with time. He has gotten better. You can physically see him, you literally see him going through his reads. He's playing a better level of quarterback than he has in years past. Does he have things to work on? Sure. But I don't think you're going to go through his tape and find every play that it was a mistake. I think there was a time or two where he probably should have pulled the trigger, maybe didn't, was a little hesitant. But I also think he made good decisions. I also think he's trying to focus on not turning over the ball. So I think that's going to be it with him, and start trusting in himself a little more. But what was Russell Wilson going to do that would have been different in the first? I don't understand, y'all. Because if you watch, it wasn't Justin Fields alone. It was the offensive line not protecting. It was the play calls, like just playing right into the hands of the Colts defense. I don't understand it. I don't get y'all sometimes. Love y'all. Respect every last one of y'all, as long as you're showing me respect. But I don't get what some of you guys be saying. But I do understand, like I always have said, some of you guys, and this is not a negative comment, but it's the facts. Some of you guys are just highlight watchers. The highlight watcher doesn't look at the minor details. It's just results, but you don't understand why. Sometimes y'all don't even understand why things worked. And that's cool. I'm not asking fans to be football wizards. But if I'm going to have a quote unquote platform, I guess it is part of my job to at least educate where I can. And I like to be educated as well. I don't want to be the smartest person. That's when you don't learn. But I don't know what y'all be talking about. I really don't get it. And look at Justin Fields. Tell me if Russell Wilson does that in the second half. Honestly. All of the plays that Justin Fields made outside of the pocket and or running and rushing to get touchdowns. Tell me if Russell Wilson in 2024 is doing that. Please tell me he's doing that. I'll wait. I'm going to wait and see if one of y'all tell me that. He's not doing that. So I don't get it, Steeler Nation. What we doing here? We got to stop that. We have to stop every time something don't go our way. Oh, we ready to complain. Dog, do y'all understand that this team is 3-1? Do y'all understand that they went on the road the first 2 weeks and won a grind out game? Do y'all understand they won against a tough Chargers team last week? Do you understand that they were in position to win again today after turning the ball over, after being abysmal in the first half, 17-0, and then finally making it 17-3? And this same quarterback, same coaching staff, somehow was in position to win the game, and the miscue killed them. So again, I'm done with people's opinion on the coaching staff and players. Have that. But it just baffles me how every time if the team loses, it's always fire a coach, bench a player. I for one, and looking at this newfound team, coming right to you, CT Pittman, thank you for the donation, but I don't want to forget my point. Looking at this newfound team that we don't know what they're going to be. They got two quarterbacks, and like some people say, when you got two, you don't have one. Brand new people on offense, offensive line. We're not quite sure what this team is going to be. I, for one, am proud at the way this team finished. Oh, I still criticize them in this show. Absolutely. But I'm proud at how they bounced back. We actually had a chance to win. After all of that, that to me is a team that stayed locked in. That to me is a quarterback that tried to put it on his back. That to me is a head coach that kept that team engaged, whether I like him or not. If I'm judging today's game, the coaching staff kept them locked in. They could have easily quit. We could have easily got blown out. I just don't understand sometimes what y'all be thinking, man. I'm sorry. Hate them or love them, I applaud their effort in that second half. And I love each and every one of y'all, but you don't know how it is with your family. Sometimes you gotta, you bump heads sometimes. Sometimes you gotta say what you gotta get it off your chest. Round of applause again, man, to CT Pittman for the donation. It's a good point. He says, knowing the guys the way we do, they're not happy with the loss. Guarantee we will see a different team next week. They will take it personally. I hope so, because they got them Cowboys coming in there. They got America's team, quote unquote, coming in there. So, but that's all I'm saying, man. I just don't, again, and I know some of y'all might kill me in the comments. I don't care. It's just my opinion. But I'm going to speak my opinion because y'all are here to see me speak my opinion. I just don't get what y'all be thinking. And here's another thing. Why y'all acting like this is a super team? Like we supposed to win every game. Dog, that's what's so crazy to me. The same people who complaining about how they look are some of the same people who said early in the year when I asked, because I don't forget. I told y'all I got a photographic memory. Some of y'all are the same ones saying that the Steelers was going to go 9-8. Same ones. But all of a sudden, when they don't play well, it's the NFL, guys. I can't emphasize that enough. Oh, I don't, Kenya. I got to do this just for show value. I got to speak my mind, but I could care less about the chatter. It's just hilarious to me, so I'm going to speak on it. It's hilarious, yo. Still a nation. I told you I love y'all to death, but this is the funniest fan base in the world. Expect everything except for reality. It is the NFL. You went down to Indianapolis and played a good football team in their building. Got punched in the face in the first half, bounced back, and was ready to take the game over. And then there's a miscue between rookie Zach Frazier and Justin Fields. And that killed it. But it is my belief that we may have possibly at least gotten in field goal range, but we'll never know. So for that, I appreciate the team's effort, man. And listen, guys, we got another week next week. Yeah, y'all crazy, but it is what it is. What y'all got? What y'all got, man? I'm gonna spend a few more moments here with y'all. But that's why this is the knee-jerk reaction, man. I may have a different opinion as far as players and such after I rewatched the game and I watched the 22. Alex B says, our wins are good wins and our loss could have been a win without killing ourselves. Yeah. Head A-hole says, need to be a cowboy matchup every year with this fan base, both delusional. You right. You absolutely right. Cowboys fans crazy too. Emery under DPSCS says, Colts has the best pass pro O-line and run block O-line with weapons on offense. Only question mark was QB. This wasn't a loss to the Panthers. Thank you. That's what I'm saying, man. People, it's like Steelers fans don't give the other teams any credit. We either win or we fire everybody. And I'm like, dog, y'all give no credit to the other professional football team. It's crazy, man. Rick Dilliard says you have to at least mention Washington. I don't know what that. Oh, you talking about fan base? Yeah, probably so. I got a lot of friends that Washington fans, man. With me originally being from VA. Yeah, they wild too. Carl Ellis says we were never going undefeated. We faced adversity and rose to the occasion. We have a QB. And we get better. And yes, round of applause to that, man, because you almost forgot my last point. Look, Victor Gonzalez says, but it could have been the same result against the Panthers. See, y'all is crazy. Y'all want perfection, and you're never gonna get it. So there's no reason to even entertain some of these. But Justin Fields is still the number one QB on this team, in my opinion. There, I said it. I stamped it. Justin Fields, look at this. Timely. I didn't even know this was coming. Round of applause to Jameer Sanders. He says Justin Fields had 312 passing yards, 55 rush yards, and 3 total touchdowns. Y'all can keep saying what y'all want to, man. Justin Fields is playing good football. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We did not lose the game today because of Justin Fields. That's all I got for you. Because I know people are going to try to blame him for the first quarter. Bruh. First half. It wasn't all Justin Fields. Bad O-line play, bad predictable play calling, and having no answer on third down. Miscues, turnover, George Pickens. That was a turnover that shouldn't have happened. Bad fumble loss by Justin Fields, and I thought he was down. Bad call against Minkah Fitzpatrick. I just hate some of these calls, man. I just hate it. But yeah, I'm sorry. Oh, and by the way, you were correct. Rig still 10-21. Man, what in the world? I wrote this in my notes too, and I forgot to mention it. Dante Jackson played a better game than Joy Porter Jr. in coverage. I don't know what JPJ was doing today. I'm not out on JPJ, y'all. I think the boy has been playing good football, but yeah, you know, he was getting worked a little bit today. And like I said, in more of the downfield and one-on-one situations, Dante Jackson, in my opinion, outplayed him today. Doesn't mean that I'm out on Joy Porter Jr. I'm just saying. Didn't have the best game. Walter Worthy says, poor execution and poor play calling, and we still had a chance to end. Exactly, man. Exactly. Exactly. Sade, what's up, Sade? A lovely lady of the chat. She says the defense let this game slip. Oh, yeah. And you know what's funny? I saw somebody trying to defend the defense earlier in the chat. Bruh, defense didn't play great today. The defense had some moments in the second half, but they didn't play great. We gave up a lot today. Donation. Round of applause to Jameer Sanders for another donation. I'm seeing a whole lot of comments that I definitely agree with. Jameer, appreciate it. He says, we win 90% of the time with Fields playing like this. Defense would be much better. Colts O-line elite, no lie. Yeah. I think so, dog. If Fields can play like that, say what y'all want, man. Y'all only saying this because we lost. Really just rewind the game in your mind. Fields showed me something, man. Fields showed me something in that second half. Fields had all of the reason in the world to fold. And he didn't. Hey, Debbie, what's going on? Love Debbie. Debbie, good to see you. She says, yeah, Fields is getting better every week. It is a hard loss, tough, though, to have miscues, penalties, horrible call on Minkah, and the turnovers. Yeah, that's it. Miscues, turnovers, that's why they lose. Justin Fields did not lose this football game. The Hawk says, what's wrong with our O-line? I'm going to say it's a combination of youth and maybe talent. I don't think McCormick had the best game. I'll have, again, further review. I still think, obviously, Broderick Jones is up and down. Spencer Anderson is, it's a combination of injuries and talent. But we'll see. Walter Worthy, defense was atrocious on third down. They were, man. We just couldn't get off the field. Thank you. What is it? Jeeping it real? Jeeping it real. Okay. Jeeping it real. A play on words for keeping it real. Round of applause. Appreciate the donation. But yeah, there it is, man. Kenya makes a good point. I said it earlier. Joy Porter Jr. dropped the interception too. That's on the defense. CT says he thinks Mike T got in Fields' ear the second half. Told him if he don't see it, see downfield, use his legs. Yeah, very possible. Very possible. I appreciate y'all, man, with the Wonder Bread coming in, man. Round of applause to Dave McLeod. Round of applause to Why Diggy. Boy, the Wonder Bread is flowing. Oh, Sade, round of applause. Boy, I thank y'all so much for the Wonder Bread, man. Dave McLeod says, we played a bad game and still had a chance. We okay. That's what I'm saying. I'm not down on this team at all. Why Diggy says, I think the Steelers need another receiver that can separate. That could be the reason for the poor 11 personnel utilization. That is correct, Why Diggy. Which is the reason why, even though I'm pushing for it, could be a reason why it's not 100% a part of the plan. But again, I think you have to at least trust in what you have. Calvin Austin had a decent game last week. Yeah, barely throw the ball to Jefferson. I don't know, again, looking at the film, I'll be able to focus on that to see who is and who isn't getting open. But honestly, it's just not enough opportunity out of 11. Most of the time, we splitting out the tight ends. Nice catch and run by Darnell Washington. Salutes to him. But yeah, man, they got to figure something out. Sade says defense in the first half lost this game. It wasn't Fields. We have injuries on the O-line, and we will get better. Here we go. Love you, Sim. Love you back, Sade. Appreciate you wholeheartedly. Somebody says Mark's wife is wise. Let me see. What did Miss Cunningham say? Mrs. Cunningham says we're still predictable on first down. She's absolutely right, Mark. What a wonderful wife you have. Because clearly she understands what she is watching. And I'm sure that's part of your tutelage as well. But let me not take no credit from her. She might just be recognizing that herself. So shout outs to Miss Cunningham, man, if she happens to see this. Appreciate you, Miss Cunningham. Take care of my man, Mark. Yeah, man, it's simply put, dog. And I know I'm not looking at y'all. I'm looking at comments still. We'll be okay, man. We'll be okay, I think. It's just I see where we can improve, and I see where the concerns come in. That's kind of where I'm at with it. So, yeah. Don't be so down, man. Listen, they played a quality game in the second half. They almost done it. And I would have loved to have seen what the thoughts would have been today had they won the game. But my feelings are still hold true. First half, I just didn't like how predictable we were on first and second down. Like, just, dog, even if you gonna run, like, we just can't go out there, line up in jumbo. Like, come on, man. And I call anything that's not 11 personnel more of a jumbo type package. But the 12 and 13, and I have to go back and look. I don't know if we ran 22 today or 21, but come on, Arthur Smith. You gotta put some more tools in your bag, brother. You have to. And largely the defense just didn't play good, man, in the first half. We could not get any pressure going. I got y'all with the donation. Be there in a second. Couldn't get the pressure going, and that was just it. We kind of got it going in the second half. And again, I give the entire credit on the field to Justin Fields. Justin Fields stayed locked in, as did his weapons on offense. George Pickens made some plays. Justin Fields made some throws, and we got it going. Arthur Smith looks like he did open it up a little bit more, but still kind of the same plan, but we were forced to pass more. And they stayed locked in, man, and they almost pulled it out. So I got to applaud that effort. Round of applause to Jameer and Jeeping It Real. Thank y'all again for the Wonder Bread. Jameer says he's enjoyed this year so far more than the past 3. Okay, I ain't mad at that. Jeeping It Real says need to utilize another pass rusher beside TJ. Wilson and Beanie draw these double teams. What? Wilson Beanie, draw these double teams off. Not sure I understand that one, but I am in agreement that we definitely need to utilize. Well, I can't necessarily say that because, again, Alex Highsmith is down. And remember I told you guys, I wasn't sure what type of impact we would have when it's Herbig and Watt alone. And then we're utilizing, if y'all notice, Leal came in. See, I told you with Highsmith being down, that was going to be significant. You know, a lot of times Herbig has talent, great talent, but how is his talent going to show the entire game? That's a load he hasn't had to carry. Herbig has had the advantage of being super talented, but also fresh legs. So I knew there was going to be a little difference there. And also, you know, Colts have a good offensive line. We got more lunch money, man. Sade, I appreciate you. Sade says, we just didn't play our best game. Tomlin will right the ship. They shouldn't take Fields out. That boy is developing. Rather see these mistakes now. I'm with you right there, man. I'm team Justin Fields right now until Justin Fields repeatedly loses a game for us. Listen to what I'm saying. Until I can see Justin Fields repeatedly lose us games, that would mean 2 weeks in a row or something like that. I can say that was on Fields, that was on Fields. Then and only then will I be screaming or asking for Russell to see the field. But through 4 games, the way Justin Fields has played, not to mention, let's not lose sight of the fact that the Steelers put up 24 points today. 3 touchdowns, something that we hadn't had in recent years. Years too, but in recent weeks. He put up 3 touchdowns. I'm not taking him out of the game at all, bro. You crazy. And he did not lose the game today. So, again, hear me clearly. Until I see Justin Fields repeatedly lose games for the Steelers, not us lose, him, where I can say he lost the game. Until that happens, I'm team Justin. Straight like that. Justin Fields is you're absolutely right, Sade. He's the reason why we was in this game. Master of Music, I don't know if the defense is outdated. It could be. I really have to study that. What is outdated is a couple things that I don't see us do a lot out of zones. We don't do a lot of match. The Steelers do a lot of man and spot drop. We don't do a lot of match. We don't do a lot of pass off. I have seen us do it a couple times this season where we pass off. You can even pass off in man, but we don't do a lot of that. So we don't do a lot of passing off. We don't do a lot of match coverage out of zone, out of like cover 3, cover 4, like quarters and stuff like that. We play a lot of grass, man. And that could very well be outdated. We do get creative with blitzes sometimes where we generate pressure where it looks like pressure and there's only 4. We drop guys out. So we're still doing that from time to time. But I am going to definitely analyze that. And actually, you may have just given me my main focal point for the all 22 footage that channel members are able to see. I may just focus on the defensive secondary because I want to see what are we doing and why are these holes so wide open. And again, man, good offense is always going to beat good defense. You know, it's hard to cover guys in the NFL, but I will say I think that part of it might be outdated. Victor Gonzalez says we just need Fields to play under the same OC a few years. That's why Mahomes is good because he has played under the same OC for years. Part of that is true. The other part, Patrick Mahomes is just Patrick Mahomes. I think that guy is just going to be good. He just has different intangibles. I think Justin Fields is finally getting a chance to develop in the right situation. You know, I think all of us would agree that the situation just wasn't right for him in Chicago. Simple as that. But I do think the Steelers need to think about getting this boy signed because the more he plays and the better he plays, we know what the quarterback market is. If I was Omar Khan, I would break precedents and not wait until the end of the season, and I'm doing an in-season contract, which is something the Steelers rarely have done, if at all. I would do it now because if he keeps playing well, I'm sure he's going to get more wins. You're going to have to break the bank. All right, guys, so I think that's going to be it, man. I got to get out of here, man. My little man has basketball training today, so I got to dip. I got to get up out of here. But like always, I love y'all, man. Hey, we didn't get this one, but hey, you know, we keep it trucking. We keep it trucking. But all right, man, I'm going to get out of here. Y'all be good. You know, don't be so down. For y'all that know what it is, y'all know what it is. For some of y'all with all these outlandish thoughts and theories, y'all are welcome to them. I'll let y'all have that. But outside of that, man, I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Let me throw this up. Boom. Where it may be, we may do a steel table. So in case we do the steel table, then there's no need for me to show the phone number. So let me take that down. But if we do a steel table, it'll be myself and Kenyon kind of discussing where the team is over the last 4 weeks. If not, then I will allow phone calls on Tuesday. But either way, guys, you shall see me on Tuesday. For the rest of the day, I hope you guys enjoy football the best you can. Still be happy about 3-1. Steelers are still atop of the AFC North. Don't panic. Sometimes it's how you lose. I don't think we lost bad. I can live with this one. We're not going to be undefeated. All right? But until next time, make sure you guys stay safe, stay healthy. God bless. Good night. Thank you for tuning in. Like always, I appreciate you all. And I shall catch you in the next one. Thanks for tuning in to the Afterplay Knee Jerk Reaction Show.